Before the modern world, before skyscrapers, before libraries, before borders. There was a place where knowledge was not just appreciated. It was worshipped. A place where books were worth more than gold. Where students traveled across deserts just for a chance to learn. Where ideas shaped kingdoms and kings bowed to scholars. This place was not in Europe. Not in Asia. Not in the Middle East. It was in West Africa. This is the story of Sankore, the world's first university, and the forgotten city that once held the greatest library on earth. This is the story keeper. To understand Sankore, you must first understand Timbuktu, a name often used as a joke for somewhere far away. But this city was no joke. In the 1300s, Timbuktu was the center of trade and culture in West Africa. Gold from the south. Salt from the Sahara. Ideas from across the Islamic world. Caravans stretched for miles. Thousands of camels carrying goods, books, scholars, and stories. To the people who lived there, Timbuktu was not remote. It was the beating heart of a continent. Imagine walking through its streets. Clay buildings glowing in the sun. Markets filled with traders from Mali, Morocco, Egypt, Arabia. And everywhere, scholars holding manuscripts deep in conversation. Knowledge wasn't just respected. It was the soul of the city. And at the center of this intellectual world stood three great learning complexes. Sankore, Jingariba, and Sidi Yaya. But one stood above them all. Sankore. Sankore did not begin as a university. It began as a mosque. Built in the 12th century by a wealthy woman from Timbuktu who insisted on two things. The structure must be built exactly according to the sacred measurements of Mecca. It must become a place of learning for all. From that moment, Sankore grew from a simple place of prayer into a global center of scholarship. Students did not enroll by filling out forms. They arrived with a purpose. To sit at the feet of great scholars and learn the wisdom of the world. Over time, Sankore developed a structured system that would later inspire modern universities. Beginner level, reading, writing, memorization. Intermediate level, mathematics, history, grammar, logic. Advanced level, medicine, astronomy, law, philosophy. Doctoral level, writing and defending a thesis before multiple scholars. Yes. Doctoral degrees in the 1300s. Centuries before many modern universities existed. But Sankore was more than just a school. It was a community of thinkers bound by one belief. That knowledge should be accessible to anyone with the courage to seek it. Picture a day inside Sankore. The sun rises over Timbuktu. Students gather in open courtyards or shaded rooms made of clay. Scholars sit on woven mats, students around them in circles. A lesson begins. There are no projectors and no laptops. Only the power of the spoken word and the wisdom written in manuscripts. Subjects included mathematics, advanced calculations, geometry, algebra. Astronomy, charting stars, planetary movements, timekeeping. Medicine, anatomy, herbal treatments, surgery methods. Law, jurisprudence, ethics, societal rules. Philosophy, logic, reason, human behavior. Geography, mapping lands, understanding climates. Languages, Arabic, Songhai, Fulani, Monde. Students could study for 10 to 25 years. Becoming a scholar was not a career. It was a lifelong calling. Completion required a thesis, tested and questioned by multiple scholars. Only the strongest minds graduated. Those who did were respected across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Then came the emperor who transformed everything. Mansa Musa, the richest man in recorded history. When he visited Timbuktu, he was astonished by the scholars, the books, and the intellectual culture. So he poured wealth into Sankore's growth. Under his reign, scholars received salaries. Libraries expanded. New study halls were constructed. Students arrived from across the continent. Timbuktu became the intellectual capital of Africa. Mansa Musa believed that an empire without education was an empire without a future. Thanks to him, Sankore reached heights no other learning center could match. But the true treasure of Sankore was not the students, not the scholars, not even the buildings. It was the manuscripts. Handwritten, carefully preserved, passed down for generations. More than 700,000 manuscripts existed in Timbuktu, covering science, math, medicine, poetry, history, trade, and daily life. Some of these texts included the first known writings on hemorrhage treatment, advanced astronomical charts, ethical codes for rulers, step-by-step guides for trade across the Sahara, poetry that rivaled the works of Persian and Arab masters, climate observations that predate modern science. Books were so valuable that they became currency. A single manuscript could be traded for 2 horses. Knowledge was literally worth its weight in gold. But greatness does not last forever. In 1591, the Moroccan army invaded the Mali Empire. Timbuktu fell. Many scholars were taken as prisoners. Manuscripts were burned or stolen. The golden age of Sankore was fading. But the people of Timbuktu did something extraordinary. They hid the manuscripts. Families buried them under floors, hid them in walls, and stored them in caves. Some were protected for over 400 years, passed down in secret through generations. These manuscripts survived invasions, colonialism, and war. They survived because the people of Timbuktu were determined. Their history will not die. Today, thousands of the manuscripts still exist. Libraries and preservation projects continue to protect them. And historians now acknowledge what many tried to erase: that Africa was home to one of the greatest centers of learning ever created. A place where knowledge thrived long before modern universities. Sankore was not a myth. It was not a legend. It was real. And its story is a reminder that human brilliance is not bound by geography or time. So the next time someone asks where the world's first university was founded, tell them the truth. It was in Africa. It was in Mali. It was in Timbuktu. It was Sankore.